Hey guys, and welcome back. It's Sunday of week 42, man, which can only mean one thing. It's time for that weekly weigh-in, man. And if you're like me, you guys get super excited for your weigh-ins, man. So this week, if you watched yesterday's video, you'll know I had a really good feeling about today, man. Mostly because this is the end of the first week of the whole 30, dude, which honestly has been a lot better than I thought it was going to be for me, man. Not as hard as I thought it was going to be, albeit I do find myself getting a little bit hungry as this week goes on. But whatever, man. At least I know that I'm staying to my calories, right? But this week felt really good to me, and I was pretty excited about today's weigh-in. And I didn't really know why, except to say that this week was filled with lots of what are called non-scale victories, man. One of which, right, one of the biggest ones was I found that I had to. So you'll know, a couple weeks ago I went and I bought new jeans and new shirts and stuff because the 4Xs and all that were getting way too baggy on me, and my jeans that I was wearing with the 48s and the 50s, they were way too baggy, right? So I went and I bought brand new jeans because I didn't have any 46s. I bought them, and then a couple weeks ago I told you those started to get a little bit baggy on me too, but I was like, I'm gonna wear them anyway because I'm cheap as shit, and I'm sure as hell not buying a brand new pair of jeans that I can only wear for a week or two, right? Well, that had to go out the window, right? I think I got about a month use out of them, right? But the 46s were way too big. But I did have some 44s, so that's the good news, is I had presence of mind back in the day to save the 44-inch jeans I had. So I was able to put those on, and those are very comfortable, right? But let me say this. Not only was I able to get into the 44s comfortably, right? But I was able to reset my waistline, all right? And those of you that aren't really big might not know what the hell that means. But what that means is you get that Dunlap disease, right? Where your stomach Dunlapped over your belt, right? And when it gets severe enough, you have to move your waistline beneath your stomach, right? In other words, there's no way for you to like corral that beast into your pants anymore, man. And that's been that way for me for the last 10 years for sure, right? But this past week, I lost enough weight in my belly. The skin has deflated enough, and there's enough fat gone that I was able to move my waistline back to where it should be, right? And in 44-inch jeans, right? So that means that my waistline is now proper where it should be, right? Which means that my inseam is now proper where it should be, right? Which means that instead of wearing 25-inch inseam pants, I can now move up approximately to 26, 27, 26.5-inch inseams, which is still really short inseam. As you know, if you've ever shopped for jeans, about the smallest inseam you can find is 28. But what that does for me is that leaves room to take things off the shelf and not really have it look horrible, right? Even though I probably need to get some things tailored still. But that was a huge non-scale victory for me, to be able to move my waistline up and get into 44-inch pants while using the same belt and everything I had that I bought a few weeks ago, man. That's a huge non-scale victory for me, man. Also, 3X shirts are starting to become a little baggy. I don't know if you can tell, but this shirt is like really loose and baggy on me, man. This is one of the 3X I bought recently, which is cool, but it's not baggy enough for me to move to 2X. I imagine 2X is still probably 15 to 20 pounds away, but that was also like something I noticed. I was like, man, that's pretty cool. Another thing I noticed though in the bad realm is that the loose skin is carrying just enough fat that it kind of like it moves around when I don't really want it to move around, right? So I decided I was going to invest in something called compression clothing, right? So that you guys don't know what that is. What it is it's extraordinarily tight clothing. So the kind I bought was Under Armour, and I'm wearing it now. I don't really know. I'll move back a little bit, but I don't really know if you can tell. It's just it just compresses everything, right? So that it doesn't move around so much, man. So that what that allows me to do is it allows me to wear looser fitting garments like this, right? Like the 3Xs and stuff, and not have everything kind of move around too much, right? Because if I wasn't wearing the compression clothing, bro, I would have a lot of free-flowing movement that is not flattering at all, right? So a lot of non-scale victories happening this week, man. And I was like, man, dude, with all these non-scale victories, this weigh-in might be fucking awesome, right? So yesterday I told you guys I had a pretty damn good feeling about this weigh-in. And this morning, I got up and I had myself a weigh-in, man. And yeah, you know, I didn't buy a new scale. So I'm just kind of trusting the scale I have. But I stepped up on that guy and I had to do this. I had to do this exactly 3 times because I was getting crazy ass numbers, man. All right, guys, so that's called an edit. That was edited because I got so fucking excited that I started blurting out the wrong damn numbers, man, because I'm a moron, right? So I weighed in 3 times this morning because I had to, because I couldn't believe the numbers that were coming up on the scale, man. But I stepped on it 3 different times. Actually, I stepped on it 4 times, but I recorded 3 different times, right? And I ended up settling on the median number, the one that really kind of, none of them make any damn sense, right? But the one I felt that was probably most true. So I'm going to pop that up here, right here. That's 283.2 pounds, man. That's 283.2 pounds. Dude, if you remember last week was like 293.4 or 6 or 2 or I don't remember exactly, all right? But it was in 293, right? That's like 10 pounds of loss. Now, one of the numbers that popped up when I first stepped on it was like 280.6, right? Look, man, 13 pounds is ridiculous in 1 week. 10 pounds, ridiculous in 1 week, right? But the numbers I was getting was like anywhere between 13 and 10, 9 pounds a week. Dude, that is absolutely insane. So something happened this week, man. I am going to go ahead and credit the whole 30 with that. Now, here's why. It's not because I think, oh, you started eating super healthy and you lost a bunch of weight. No, like, the reason I'm crediting the whole 30 is because it prompted a complete change in the way I ate, which forced my body to respond to that new food intake, right? Not only was it very strict on my calories for Seco, right? But it was also very strict on things like no excess sugars, right? So essentially, no sugars of any kind that aren't already present in the food I was eating. So the vegetables and the carrots and the stuff like that, right? Which have sugars in them for sure, but nothing was added. Nothing was processed. No chemicals. No high fructose corn syrup. No dextrose. No fructose. None of that crazy shit just added in, right? Which forced my body to do some things, man. And this was kind of the reason I wanted to do this, right? What I feel like happened was my body was holding on to a lot of excess water weight. I feel like that was happening. I told you yesterday or last week that I felt like that weigh-in number I got was water weight, right? And it appears that that was the case, man. What I didn't know was exactly how much water weight my body was holding on to. It appears my body was holding on to at least 10 pounds or 7-8 pounds of water weight, man, because with the calorie intake, it only really makes sense that I would have lost a couple of pounds of fat, right? Because my calorie intake was maintained at about a 1,000 calorie deficit a day, which would translate into 2 pounds lost for the week, which means that if out of that 10 pounds I lost, right, that would mean 8 pounds of that was water weight, which makes a hell of a lot of sense because with the non-scale victories I was experiencing this week, which was like crazy non-scale victories, like dropping entire pant size from 46 to 44, moving waistline, right? Checking 3X shirts are baggy now, meaning that pretty soon I'm gonna have to move to 2X. That's a whole shirt size, man. Those types of things weren't making a lot of sense to me, but when I stepped on the scale, it made sense, man. And I'm gonna tell you, just for sanity's sake, I brought my boy Amran. I had to get his ass out here. Because I'm like, dude, look at this scale going, bro, you kidding me, man? this scale is way off, bro. But again, like I said, I stepped on it 3 times. I actually stepped on it 4 times, but I recorded 3 times of it, and yeah, man, that's what the scale's saying. So I brought my boy Amran out as my sanity check, right? Amran tells me, popping it up, 30.8% body fat, man. If you remember last week, it was 31.5% body fat, dude. That's almost an entire, like, percentage point of body fat gone, right? Now, that might not make a lot of sense to you. Like, how the hell is somebody drop an entire body fat percentage in 1 week, right? What you got to understand is the Omron sends an electrical pulse through your body, and it measures the difference in density between water and fat and muscle and all that, and it comes up with a body fat percentage, right? But if you're holding on to a lot of excess water, right, it's going to throw that off a little bit, right? So I'm sure I didn't lose an actual whole percentage of body fat, but I'm sure I did lose some percentage of that 1% body fat, right? But what that tells me, what the Omron's telling me, is that whatever happened, the Omron's saying that it's way down, the scale's saying it's way down, so something is actually way down, which is awesome, bro. Absolutely awesome. Super stoked today. It feels really good, man. And this diet, the Whole30 diet, makes me feel really good. I'm not under any delusion, though. There's no way in hell I'm keeping up with this Whole30 past 30 days, man. I mean, it is incredibly restrictive. And I mean, I'm having like not just daydream, but like dreams about food and shit, which I wasn't having on Seco, which is not maintainable in the long term, man. You can't go to bed at night and dream about food and be able to maintain that shit long term. So we're going to do this thing for at least the 27 out of the 30 days I said I was going to do it. And then we're going to try to incorporate whole foods, get rid of that boxed shit. I now have a food scale that I can use. All that stuff is, all that boxed shit and everything is going out the window, right? I'm not saying I'll never eat it again. What I'm saying is, I'm going to, after this 27 to 30 days, I'm going to transition to a more whole foods diet, right? Where 90 to 95% of my diet is non-processed foods, right? Meaning, you know, chicken breasts and organic crap that I buy and vegetables and stuff that I cook and I meal prep. And I'll have to meal prep on Wednesday, but I'm a little bit different, right? A lot of the guys I do this Whole30 with, they can't eat the same thing every day. Like, that's not me, man. I can eat the same thing every damn day. I can literally go buy, like, if I need like 16 meals of chicken, I can just eat 16 damn meals of chicken, dude, and broccoli. Like, I can do it. And that was another edit because I get caught rambling, man. When shit like this happens, I get real excited and I get caught rambling. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Super awesome weigh-in, man. Super happy about today. Super happy about both the scale and the non-scale victories this week. Looking forward to week 43, second week of this Whole30. And, I would very much welcome all of your comments. So please like and subscribe. Leave me those comments. Let me know what's going on with you guys. Let me know what you think about everything. Pretty super stoked. And as always, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.